The economic crisis of Sri Lanka led to President Gotabaya Rajpaksa fleeing his country. Sources reveal that he first flew to Maldives. Well, this isn't really the first time when a world leader had to flee their country due to a crisis. He was Uganda's president between 1971 and 1979. He was responsible for death of over 3 lakh people. He was also known as Butcher of Uganda. He ordered his troops to invade Tanzania but failed. Then he fled to Saudi Arabia and lived there till his death in 2003. The Shah of Iran ruled from 1941 to 1979. He was pro-West. He aimed to build infrastructure, encourage industries and eradicate malaria from the country. But he was criticized by Shia clergy and students. Later in 1978, the Iranian Revolution was launched. In 1979, Mohammad Raza fled his country to Egypt and Morocco. Later he fled to US for treatment of lymphatic cancer. He took asylum in Egypt where he died in 1980. He was the Prime Minister and President of the Philippines. He was highly criticized for suppressing democracy and corruption. He ruled the country from 1965 to 1986. In 1972, he imposed martial law. Many opposition leaders were jailed during his period. In 1981, he ended martial law, but he was again re-elected as the president of the country. He ruled Cuba for 2 tenures, from 1933 to 1944 and again in 1952 to 1959. In his first term, he brought peace and prosperity to the country. But when he was living in the US, he was with corrupt leaders. In his second term, he was a brutal dictator. In 1958, the Cuban Revolution led to Batista's fall. In 1959, he fled to the Dominican Republic and then to Portugal. He died in 1973 in Spain. He was the president of Tunisia from 1987 to 2011. He was the head of Tunisia military security. With his access to top officials, he became president in 1987. He was criticized for violating human rights and suppressing democratic forces. During the Jasmine Revolution, he fled the country and went to Saudi Arabia. He was punished with life sentence in Tunisia for several cases, but he died in 2019 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mo.